those good BuzzFeed article. And this one is called 13 Random and Interesting Facts You'll Want to Share with Everyone Immediately. Okay, so, all you cool cats and kittens, let's begin. So this is fact number one. Numero uno. The word podcast is a portmanteau. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but it says the word podcast is a portmanteau, which is a combination of the words iPod, and broadcast. Got it, podcast, iPod, broadcast. The term itself was actually created by accident in 2004. The term was coined by journalist Ben Hammersley in an article he was writing for the UK's The Guardian about new emerging technology, being able to download audio programs and radio. According to Hammersley, he turned in the article, but was told it was a few words too short. In order to pad it out a bit more, he added the line, but what to call it? Audio blogging. Podcasting. Guerrilla media. And the rest is well history. While creative, he came up with 3 different things to call it. So creative. Okay, folks, let's get our tap on for number 2. Number two says, the first text message sent to a cell phone happened almost 30 years ago, in 1992, and the message sent was, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. The text happened in the UK. Oh, another thing happening in the UK, where an engineer who worked for the telecommunications company Vodafone sent the message from his computer to a cell phone of an executive who worked at Vodafone. At the time, cell phones couldn't respond to text, though. Interesting. Fact number three. In 1953, Swanson was basically forced to invent TV dinners because they had around 260 tons of leftover frozen Thanksgiving turkeys. They needed a way to get rid of them. A Swanson salesman was inspired to create them based on also it's like, oh my gosh, this guy was inspired by airplane food. Like, that's, I mean, I don't think airplane food is very good. So he was like, let's make airplane food for home, because everybody wants, the crappy airplane food at home. Number four says, number four. In 2002, Buffy the Vampire Slayer was the first TV show to ever use Google as a verb. They have a little screenshot here of a gif of the scene. It says, one girl goes to another, have you Googled her yet? And then she says, it's a search engine. Wow, who knew? Google is going to become a household verb. The thing about these BuzzFeed articles is that they're so inundated with ads. I'm watching this video on the side of iconic foods from around the world. It keeps distracting me because the foods look so good. Back to the facts. Number five. In 2005, now I'm getting distracted by this. It's like saying, iconic foods from around the world. They said New York, Joe's Pizza. I don't know if I've ever actually had Joe's Pizza, and also I'm not really sure which is the original Joe's, because I passed the one on 14th Street, and then there's also one down in West Village. But all the pizza in New York is good. I don't know. I've seen lines for both of those places. I feel like pizza's not worth a line like that during the day. After a night out, well, that's something else. Anyway, in 2005, back to the facts. In 2005, Gwen Stefani's Holla Back Girl became the first song to sell 1 million downloads. This shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Number six. Missy Elliott recently clarified in a tweet that oops, oh my, was not at all about masturbation. This is what the tweet says. #fun fact. It's funny because she's tweeting and she's saying #fun fact. This song was never about masturbation. It was always about her appreciating her dark skin, self-love. When she looked in the mirror, it was the listeners that thought it was about sex and just ran with it. And we just let the consumer's mind create whatever they wanted. Oh my gosh, now the video on the side is playing Road Trip Itinerary, Nashville to Asheville. Nashville. The food just looks so good. Yeah, the food looks so good. Biscuits, fried chicken, stuff like that. I'm recording in a new spot today. I set up, we bought a desk from IKEA, and now my boyfriend works on this desk from IKEA. He used to work on the couch, and I used to record at the dining room table, but I was like, I didn't want to keep the microphone out at the dining room table, because obviously it's the dining room table, so I don't have to put it away all the time. So I was like, oh, the microphone can live here, like on your work desk. That makes sense. And then I could just record back here. I feel like it's not being as loud, but before, maybe you could hear the heater next to me, because it's right next to me now. And it kind of sounded like water, like heating up. Next fact. Number seven. The word meme isn't new. It was first coined in 1976 by evolutionary biologist Richard Dawkins in his book The Selfish Gene, albeit it did have a bit of a different meaning. According to Merriam-Webster, they define Dawkins' use of the word as an idea, behavior, style, or usage that spreads from person to person within a culture. They also didn't add the word to the dictionary until 1998. Let's read that definition again. An idea, behavior, style, or usage that spreads from person to person within a culture. I mean, memes can definitely be ideas or styles, because you get those, first it was like the picture with like that like impact, like bold font on the top and bottom. That was a meme style that like people adapted for different meanings, but it was like the same idea. Interesting. Number eight. Douglas Hofstadter's As theater owners realized selling inexpensive popcorn was a way to increase profits as attendance numbers went down. It's like they could have started selling anything, and that would have been iconic movie theater food. When I think of popcorn, I really only think about the movie theater, because I don't really eat popcorn at home. Number 11. The first Disney Channel original movie was 1997's Northern Lights, Northern Lights, Northern Lights, Northern Lights, Northern Lights, starring Diane Keaton. Prior to 1997, Disney Channel TV movies were called Disney Channel Premiere Films, and those date back to 1983 when the channel launched. Number 12. There are two more facts, and this is number 12. Captain Crunch has a full name. It's Horatio Magellan Crunch. Horatio Magellan Crunch. Horatio Magellan Crunch. Magellan must be inspired by the explorer. And the last fact is the urban legend about the ghost of a boy appearing in Three Men and a Baby actually started after the film was released on home video. Oh, why does this fact this fact is kind of scaring me. I've never seen this movie. Three Men and a Baby, and the screenshot that they have here is kind of scary. Not really. What the hell is it called again, the movie? Three Men and a Baby. It says, the story goes that in the background of one of the scenes, you can see the ghost of a 9-year-old boy who killed himself in the apartment where Three Men and a Baby was filmed, but the quote-unquote ghost is actually a cardboard cutout of Ted Danson's character, which can be seen earlier in the film. Also, the apartment was a set built on a soundstage. There are a few theories how this rumor started, like how it was the studio trying to drive up VHS rentals. That's funny. It could just have been the low resolution of VHS tapes, and the fact that TVs were smaller in the 80s and 90s just made it hard to determine what the figure was. Okay, so gotcha. That fact was giving me spooky vibes. As always, let us go down to the comments. Somebody said, I enjoy reading stuff like this. Make a lot of articles about random stuff in the future, even if I've read from some other sites are